America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, a black man in Tennessee went on trial before an all white jury. Like there's no black people in Tennessee that you couldn't put in the jury. And they deliberated in this room where there's a Confederate flag and a portrait of a criminal by the name of Jefferson Davis. And he is now ordered to have a new trial because they said the room alone will influence those all white jurors to base their decision on race. Ladies and gentlemen, why the hell is the United Daughters of Confederacy maintaining rooms at a courthouse? And I want to know how many courthouses are they decorating like this? How many? Because this definitely can't be the only one. And if that's the case, why don't you let BLM and the NAACP come in there and decorate rooms in the courthouse? I mean, come on. Well, who's next? LGBTQ? They're going to be allowed to come up and decorate rooms at the courthouse? Go do this at a museum, not at a courthouse. So this came out on NBC News, ladies and gentlemen. A new trial ordered for black man whose jury deliberated in room with Confederate flag. The room maintained by the United Daughters of Confederacy also had a portrait of Confederate leader Jefferson Davis. All right, so this is December 7th, 2021. This is outrageous. But ladies and gentlemen, these folks do so many shady things. I know this probably has gone on all across the South, everywhere. So, a black man's criminal conviction was overturned in Tennessee after an appeals court said the jury, which deliberated in a room adorned with a Confederate flag and a portrait of Jefferson Davis, had been exposed to improper influence. A 31-page decision issued Friday. The state's criminal court of appeals ordered a new trial for the man, Tim-Gilbert. A court also ruled that during Gilbert's trial, prosecutors improperly admitted a statement from a key witness. Mm, mm, mm. Gilbert was arrested after a family dispute on Christmas Eve 3 years ago in Murfreesboro, southeast of Nashville, according to the decision. A grand jury indicted him the following April on charges of reckless endangerment, unlawful possession of a firearm, and resisting arrest. And he was convicted in a jury last year. Now, that same jury from last year also deliberated in the same room. Okay, okay. So now do you see how easy, when you have this kind of setup, do you see how easy it is for them to let people that look like themselves off and throw the book at black people? Just the room, the whole environment of the room would influence them to act in such a way. How do you maintain white supremacy in court when you have a room that will influence them to do it? Of course, they're going to stay on code. The room is screaming it. Okay, the room is screaming for them to stay on code. And it's no telling how many black men and women were convicted from these kind of juries sitting in the same type of room. You can best believe they got this all over the damn South. But see, we are in that time, ladies and gentlemen, of everything being revealed, and it is being revealed. All right. The judge who wrote the decision, James Kerwood Witt Jr., noted that it wasn't clear how the private group came to possess the room nearly a century ago or added its emblem to the door in 2005. So the Daughters of Confederacy emblem is on the door of this courtroom where jurors go and deliberate, on the door. Wow. Wow, how blatant can you be? This is like so in your face, it's not even funny. Mm-mm-mm. So, inside the room, you see the flag and portraits of Confederate leaders and a framed letter from UDC's national leader. Mm-mm-mm. Gilbert's lawyers argued that having a room festooned with Confederate memorabilia and maintained by the UDC implied that the court subscribes to the Confederate principles and that the Confederacy and racism go hand in hand, the decision says. The symbols on the wall do nothing but embolden jurors to act on racial animus. He argued according to the decision. So his lawyers actually were very successful in getting him another trial. Now, hopefully, it won't be another all white jury just in a room without this. If you say a juror of someone's peers, that's exactly what it should be. It is no way a jury of his peers when we know in this country, if we just talk about court alone, white people always get the lightest possible sentences, and black people, they throw the book at you. And on that alone, you could never, ever, ever be our peers. You're not our peers. That's why we get treated differently out in society because you are not our peers. Prosecutors argued that Gilbert had waived the matter because he failed to raise it before the jury was seated, the decision says. They contended also that the room couldn't have tainted the jury because Gilbert had been acquitted in a previous case heard in the same court. But the appeals court rejected the argument. Good, that should be rejected. That's not a good enough argument. It should be rejected. And because authorities are barred from conveying messages to the jury, the decision says prosecutors had to prove that the UDC room was harmless, which they hadn't done. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's no telling how many times these juries sat in rooms that had statues, busts, portraits, Confederate flags, and everything else you can name up in the room when they were making all of these decisions. And again, please explain why the United Daughters of Confederacy can decorate a courthouse. Okay, where you have not only white people but black people going in there and going on trial, and you got this mess all up in the courtrooms, in the jury deliberation rooms. Nah, I see plenty wrong with it. But y'all, please tell me what you think. This is you know I'm glad that we are in this time where we can really see the little dirty, shaded things that have been going on behind our backs. A lot of stuff is coming to light. If you notice, especially over this past year, a lot of things are coming to light. Things they were probably trying their best to keep out of our eyesight is now being revealed. Let it all come out. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.